I've been getting a lot of emails lately from people asking questions like, what are ways that I can beat a two-man under bump and run coverage? It's been a lot of people asking me that question. They're really struggling to beat that type of coverage. They're saying that their slant routes don't work. Their in routes, their out routes, sometimes even curl routes because they're being bumped and the player's just getting really good position on them and they just don't know what to do. They can't go deep. Streak routes are out of the question because it's a too deep. And they just really want to know, what can I do? So finally I decided, you know what, I'm just going to make a quick video here before I head out, just to give some people that are asking me those questions an easy answer as to what to do. Now, I've been working on the New England 5 wide receiver Patriot scheme for about a month now. I've put out 3 parts already. Already have the other parts ready to go. I just need to actually make the video. And there's one play that I was going to wait to show in that 5 wide receiver Patriot scheme that I've been getting the highlights for and stuff like that for the gameplay footage. And that particular play is called Pats Go Wide Dig. And the reason that that play is so great is because there's 2 fade routes in it that are unbumpable. Now, it's not actually just that play with the fade routes that are unbumpable. There's lots of other plays that are just like that. So even right now, over at thegamerslab.com, there's a thread called Routes to Use Against Two-Man Press 2D. And I'm seeing a lot of answers that I've seen other people give to pretty much the same question, which is putting your receiver on a fade route and then motion him in one step and snap. Which is fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. Now for me, I actually don't like to just motion in one step. I actually like to motion my wide receiver when I put him on a manual fade, maybe 3 or 4 steps inside. Then when I snap the ball, every single time he's got inside position. So that is one method that you can use versus any bump and run coverage, whether it's man or zone. But what we're going to look at here is strictly what can we do to get unbumped every time against a 2-man under bump and run defense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call cover 1 press out a dime. Dime is always a great defense to lab against because it's just always been good. The player's really locked down. And the play we're going to look at is just this philosophy or these routes are in pretty much every playbook. But I'm going to show you one out of the Redskins playbook because I've been using it lately. And it's also got the 2 outside routes, just like Pats Go Wide Dig. Okay? And the play is in the Washington playbook called Skins Double Outs. So let's take a look at the play. Now, you notice how the 2 outside receivers are on fade routes. Now I can go and I can manually put a guy on a fade, just like I can do the tight end or I can do the slot guy, things like that. But the thing that's unique about this is that anytime you pick a play that has stock fade routes in it, every single time that route is going to be unbumpable. Just like I was going to show you in the 5 wide receiver Patriot scheme that I'm working on for a month now, and I've had this out for a month. I just, you know what, I decided I'm going to show everyone now because everyone seems to want to know right away. So just pick any play, whether it's I-form, weak pro, or just anything. If it has a fade route in it already, that route is unbumpable. So let's just take a look. I'm just going to block the running back just because the computer loves to cheat and send insane pressure. So let's just snap the ball and see what we can do against this defense. Now let's take a look here at the replay, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, okay, I am calling a cover 1 press, and it's not quite a 2-man under. As you can see, we do only have one deep safety, but the reason I called this play is just so that I don't have to manually bump every single time I do it, okay? So let's take a look at the play and look at both outside receivers. Notice, like, this is bump and run coverage. This is press. I'm going to show you in a second, this next time around, that when I change the routes to anything else other than these stock fade routes for this play, they will get bumped. But take a look here. These fade routes are just getting inside position downfield automatically. They're unbumped, And all we want to do when we get inside position, or even if we don't get inside position, is pass lead to the inside, click on, and make the play. You know, pass leading this year is an absolute glitch. Like, for real, it really is. If you're not pass leading, then you're not trying, in my opinion. Because pass leading, you know, with the ball hawk feature, what we've got is a situation where the AI is going to take over. And no word of a lie, when someone pass leads and you try to use the ball hawk feature and hold Y to make a play, I'm telling you right now, your defender is going to just, I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to run away from the play. He's going to turn around in a weird manner, and he's just not going to be able to make a play. Even if you're strafing and you're not even trying to use the ball hawk feature, which a lot of people, including myself, think is too easy. You know, they made defense too easy to get user picks this year. Even if you're not trying to use that method, as I mentioned on the gamerslab.com yesterday in a thread, the AI is going to take over, even for that split second. When someone pass leads and you're the only one there to click on and make a play, you're screwed. Because take a look at the play here. As you can see, we do get inside position, but he does kind of catch up a little bit here, as you can see. See how he's trailing? We pass lead to the inside and get far away just enough to be able to catch the ball. Now, this is a very tame example of how that works, okay? So not only are we going to be talking about the fact that this route is unbumpable in this manner, but the fact that pass leading these routes leaves the defender almost completely hopeless. So let me just back out here, and I'm going to go to the other side and show you that this route over here also did not get bumped. Okay, so just so you understand what I'm talking about, and I'm going to show, let's put these routes on fade routes by ourselves, okay? Just manually do it. Now let's snap the ball and see what happens. Now this guy ended up getting beyond his defender. It is a cover 1, so I only had one safety deep that I had to worry about. But look. Bumped. Right at the line. Nothing you can do. If you're facing a 2-man under defense and you're trying to put a guy in a fade, that route's locked down. That route is literally locked down unless you're pass leading. Okay? Or unless you do the motion snap. Over here again. Put him on a fade. He gets bumped. Now, he did beat the press. I mean, the Giants receivers are ridiculous at beating the press. But as you notice, he does get bumped. Now, let me grab my other controller. And I am going to set this to a 2-man under. Going to go back to the exact same play. Normal skins. Skins double outs. And 2-man under, same thing. Just going to snap the ball. And as you can see here, again, he doesn't get bumped. Now, this time, the defender did play good inside position. Oops. As you can see here, just unbumped. Cannot be touched no matter what. The only way he can be touched is if it's manual bumped. But on a play like this, if they try to manual bump one side, then we've got the stock fade on the other side that is also unbumpable. He gets inside position, and it's game over. So again, let's take a look at the pass leading. Just no chance for the defender playing man-to-man defense that does have good position here. Look at that. He's locked down. But with the pass leading to the inside and clicking on, he just goes up. Even under that 2-man under, literally there's nothing that your opponent can do. The only thing that he can do is make other adjustments that are going to stop this. Advanced adjustments. Things that you don't need to necessarily worry about right now if you're wondering what beats a 2-man under press. Okay? Now, the other thing I like about this play, and I'm actually going to go and show a different defense, I guess. I don't know. Well, let's actually go, I guess. I hope I just picked cover 1. Let's see, did I? I did. Okay. So first of all, actually, let's manual bump as well so that slot guy gets picked up. So now, as everyone knows, tight ends do not get bumped this year. So what do we have? We have 2 routes on the outside that don't get bumped And now we've also got a tight end route that doesn't get bumped. So on a situation like this, we can run, I don't know, let's see, like a zig route here. Okay, zig routes do a great job against man-to-man defense. Curl routes do a great job against man-to-man defense, more so when they're not being bumped. And then we've got the two fade routes. So we have 3 unbumpable routes right here. Another thing we can do if we really want to pull away, a man defender, is do something like this. Motion him outside. Snap the ball. Tight end is unbumpable. And then we just throw the ball to him. Now, they did have a hook zone there. But as you can see, without the hook zone, we got 2 unbumpables on the outside. If we like what we see for pass leading to the inside, we're going to hit that. Now, if this hook zone isn't over the middle of the field right here, then we've got nothing to worry about. Our tight end is unbumped, and the curl route is going to be a great option to get our hands on the ball like we do there. So, we can also do zig routes. We can do drag routes. Things like that. Tight end's not going to get bumped, and we're just going to be able to pick up easy yards. So 3 routes within one play, unbumpable. Literally going to take your opponent out of man defense, or it's going to take him out of bumping. There's absolutely no reason why he would want to play man-to-man, bump and run, even with 2 deep, when you've got unbumpable fades to the outside, pass leading. He's going to have to make adjustments. He's going to have to put in purple zones. He's going to have to use one side of the field. And if he's doing that, you're going to be able to hit your running back on wheel routes, on tight ends, on drags, things of that nature, okay? So this video literally is a last-minute video, just kind of out of the blue, for all those people that really want to know how do you beat a man-press defense. Now let me reset the play. Now another thing that you can do is put a guy on a manual fade. Let's say that you come out in, I don't know, a play like this, but then you still want to be able to run unbumpable. So again, let's manually bump. And what we're going to do is the only time that you can motion snap a player is if they're off the line of scrimmage. In fact, you know what? Let's actually call a different play. Just for the fun of it. So something that I like to use this technique with is, we will say, I don't know, shallow cross. Dime, 2-man under. Let's press. So the only time that you can motion snap someone is if they're off the line of scrimmage. Now, single back ace is a great example of this. Both outside receivers are just off the line of scrimmage. Because you basically need, as you can see right here on our offensive line, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men on the line of scrimmage. I'm pretty sure that it's 7. You might only need 6. Actually, I think you only need 6. But here we have an example of 2 guys on the outside that we can motion snap because they're off the line of scrimmage, okay? My football knowledge might have just taken a big dive there because I really can't remember if you need 6 or 7 on the line of scrimmage. But whatever, it's 7:24 in the morning. I really don't care. So we essentially have, now again, is 3 unbumpable routes, because what we're going to do is we're going to put our wide receiver on a fade and we're going to motion snap him, and then we've got 2 tight ends that we can do whatever we want to. This is something that I really like to do. Put your tight end on a fade. Or, just while we're in it, I love this. 2 wide receiver drags, 2 tight end fades, shotgun, nighty-night. But that's just me. So let's go back to the play. I'll get back on course. Now, I like to motion him in a few steps, like literally to the end of that number 3 on the 30-yard line right there. A lot of people just like to go, motion snap like that, and that is unbumpable, and they can pass lead to the inside, which is great. For me, personally, everyone has their own preferences. I actually like to motion them in quite a bit. Because depending on some coverage, especially, as you can see right there, look at the separation we get compared to just a 1-step motion snap. Take a look again. And the reason why I like it is because not being able to read whether it's man or zone at the snap of the ball, I just find that the 1-step motion snap isn't quite as good. When you motion all the way out to the 3, you're just going to get better inside position, versus zone defenses. So take a look. We motion him out a bunch of steps, then we snap it right there, and the inside position we gain is incredible. Then it's pass leading, and then again, night and night. So when you have 3 unbumpable routes like that on the field, whether you're using stock fade routes or using your own motion snap, again, 3 options to beat man press defense. The user defender cannot cover the entire field, right? He's going to have to make a choice. Is he going to cover the motion snap? Is he going to cover, as an example, with the 2 stock fade routes in the play that are unbumpable? Is he going to stop the tight ends that are unbumpable? He really can only choose one area. So as soon as you see the snap of the ball, look for the red circle, look for where your opponent is on the field, and then just, if he's covering one, just, you got your other option. Unbumpable, pass lead, and that's it. So that's pretty much the end of the video for today. Just wanted to show a couple guys. Like, I've really been getting a lot of emails on this topic. I was going to wait until the 5 wide receiver Patriot scheme that I've been putting together for the last month to show that Pat's why go. But the emails were just too overwhelming, and I thought, got nothing better to do, so I might as well show you guys what's up with that. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have better success now beating that ever so deadly 2-man under where you're unable to go deep. With this pass leading, you can go deep downfield pretty much all you want.